All right, all right. Let's see. Is audio on? Yes, it is. We're good. Let's countdown. Oh, oh, this is going to be good. Boys, what is going on, guys? What is going on? Happy Thursday. We made it to another show, another week. Happy freaking Thursday in this 2026. We're all here. We made it. Got my cup of coffee. It looks like we're rolling solo tonight, boys and girls. Oh, man. Everybody else had some family duties to do, so guess what? You get me. Like old times. And this will be pretty good. We got a lot of topics we're going to talk about. So it's good to be in the hot seat. I was in the chat over there looking at some of the comments you guys were saying over there. I'll do a quick roll call, man. Haven't done a roll call in a while. P51 fan, what's going on? We got Mountain RC. We got Tim Burks in the house. We got Bill Wagner. What is up? Man, we got a bunch of people in there. Let's see here. WBRC Flyer, what is going on? Winston Brown, the man, the myth, the legend. We've got RC Rick and Jay. I take it here from New Jersey. And Tiger Man 42, he's in the house. Let's see here. Tim Brooks, 7624. RC Pilot Will, he is in the chat. He can't make it. He is on daddy duty, but he is in the chat. Don Henry, what's going on? Man, John Patterson. And I.W. Randall. I'm sorry, L. Randall, what is going on, boys? Dude, we are in here. And the folks that are in the back of the room that don't want to key up, I can see you in here. It's cool. You're fine. You don't have to key up and talk if you don't want to. You're probably like me normally. You have the thing going on in the background while you're multitasking. So, Dan Zimmerman, what is going on? Everybody's checking in. And it is a beautiful Thursday for now because guess what? We here in North Carolina have a massive amount of snow coming. I'm sure you've seen the news, and it has absolutely just totally hampered my, my sky time, man. Myself, RC Pilot Will, and everybody else, I guess, on the East Coast has not been able to fly, man. It has been pretty tough. So it's one of those things where it's like, look, I love snow because it doesn't snow a lot here in North Carolina. So when we get like an inch or two, everything shuts down. And so it's great and it's fun. But I tell you, last week we got ice, and it was like a day, 2 days of just straight freezing rain, and that was not fun. So good for my kids because we actually had a chance to pull out the old, sleds, like the kind that you can actually steer those. That was a bucket list thing, so I got a chance to get on those and slide down the hill, so that was fun. But I tell you, what we got coming now, man, looks like it could be quite a bit, anywhere from 3 to 8. They don't know. So, but guys, certainly glad you're here. What's going on, Jet Guy Productions? I see you're in the mix as well. And yeah, man, so we are in here. Let's see. Don Henry says, Bobby, you better have your A game. You got to represent the crew. Man, look, I always have my A game, man. I'm always in the mix, So I am always ready. Always got a plan B. So, but guys, the weather is absolutely hurting my sky time. But I will say, I still had to get up there and fly. So what I ended up doing was I ended up flying my drone. It counts, So I flew my little Avanti DJI. I'm sorry, what is that thing called? I guess it is my Mavic. I had the Mavic, and I have like a little smaller one that I was flying around. And dude, it was nice, man. I was up there and having a good time. And I don't know if you guys have one of those, but dude, the world is so different from a drone. I had the goggles on and everything. It was absolutely cool. But Today's weather was a high of 30. I didn't think it got up. It just got a smidge above freezing. I think it was like 36 here. So let's see here. I'm jumping into the comments, and let's see here. What's going on, Michael? How are you doing, man? Good to see you in here. He says, hey, Bobby, who makes that F4 behind me? That is a Freewing 6S F4 Phantom, dude, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to talk about it here in the show a little bit later. But guys, I got this one set up. It's ready for the air. It's a really nice bird. Heck, let's just you know what? We'll just go ahead and jump into it, man. Because why not? We might as well. Why dwell on the bad weather? Because pretty much everybody on the East Coast is having some bad weather. So, but that Freewing F4 Phantom behind me is absolutely cool. Let's see, F4. And I don't know if you guys have had them before, but it is an absolute awesome bird to fly. So this will be my second one that I have. This one's going to be a little bit different because I'm actually going to have a gyro in it, and I'm going to do a much better review than I have done in the past. So let's see here. So here we go, man. Take a look at this beautiful bird, man. This is an absolute nice rendition of a iconic airplane. My dad used to talk about these when he was in Vietnam, about these guys flying around all over the place. So this is absolutely cool. I have one of the pods off so it can set on my my stand back there, but this thing's very, very nice. It's a good sized bird. It comes with a removable magnetic nose, as you can see right there. It slides right on very nicely, and it is definitely secure. You don't have to worry about that thing coming off on a botched landing or anything like that. If we pop the hatch right here, that hatch is very spacious, and you can see that is a 6S 5000 in there, and you can see how spacious it is in there. Like, so you can put a 5,000, 6,000 in there. I mean, they run these. They have a version of this on 8S, so it's no problem putting two Forest Lipos in there, and you can put my whole hand in there pretty much, almost my whole forearm. So really nice setup. That has a BDC already set up in there. So and we're rolling with an 8-channel on that. So really nice, very straightforward. The cockpit, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll show you. I got two little dudes in there. You know how Freewing does. They normally do a pretty decent job of detail with their airplanes, better than most. So we'll say really nice looking bird. We're going to flip it over here, and we're going to look at the side right here, and so show you the retracts right there. So you can see the retracts are really nice. It's got flaps, it's got ailerons. It's a Freewing, so the retracts are very stout. The wheels are very good, so this will be excellent on grass taking off and everything like that. I'm going to go take a look at the back side right here, and you can see the business end of the deal right there. Very nice detail, full flying stab back there. So it's not going to take much to get that thing to fly very nice for you. So very nice flying airplane. I have flown one of these before, but just not this rendition. I had the green camo and I loved it, but deep down inside, I really wanted this one because I don't know, man, just something about this airplane that just I really, really like. And these are extremely quick too. On the 6S version, they're very fast. On the 8S, they are equally faster. So very nice looking bird. Want to give you guys a crash tour on that one. And let's jump into the comments in there. See whether you've got any questions on that one. So let's see here. Winston Brown said that's his favorite military jet in the cart. Boom. Used to watch these daily at Edwards Air Force Base when the test pilots school flew several models of F4. That's cool. Man, you're lucky to be able to see something like that. Mountain RC and P-51. I hope you're doing well. Stay warm. That's nice. Let's see here. Michael says, Bobby, make sure the elevator servo is glued in very well. Not only is it glued in, it's actually upgraded to the Metal Gear Digital. So that is something that has been done. Highly recommended. So that was done on that one. And so it should be super successful. I can't wait to get it up in the air. If we ever get some snow to melt around here or ice to melt around here, it looks like it's around the corner, but we should be good. William Lane, what's going on, man? He says, yo, I'm late. Where is everyone else? Everyone else is gone, dude. Sometimes it's good to roll solo, Sometimes not having everybody here is a good thing, It makes you appreciate them a little bit more. And also, too, Jeremy is actually at the fly-in that winter fly-in that they got on. So he's out there doing that stuff on behalf of Banana Hobby, holding that fort down too. So he's not going to be able to make it today, which is perfectly fine. Let's see here. William says, is that the F4 8S? This is not the 8S. This is the 6S. So I got this locally from a guy, and it was a great deal, and I couldn't turn it down. So yeah, I said I had to pull the trigger on it, and I didn't need another one. But I was like, you know what? I sold the other one. I was like, yeah, I want to get some because surprisingly the F4 flies so nice, and so it's just a great flying bird, very iconic bird. Let's see. Put glue around the elevator server. Already done, Pat. I appreciate that. That is one of the things I went on to the forums. The RC community is so good about taking care of people and giving good advice and giving everybody the heads up. And normally what I do, guys, is when I get an airplane, I will always go to the forums and take a look. I go to YouTube like everybody else, and I look at some of the YouTube channels and see the pros and cons on it. And then I try to make the changes that are necessary. So we're all in this thing together, just trying to help each other through it. So definitely helpful to have that as a resource for sure. The F4 was a missile truck in Vietnam. Yeah. So, man. But yeah, the F4 Phantom is a keeper. You can't go wrong with that one, guys. So, yeah, man. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about simulator training versus real flying time. We kind of touched on it on the last show. But I had a good friend of mine come over and actually fly a training simulator, and he has never flown an RC airplane before. And he basically said that it was much easier than what he thought. One thing the simulator did for him was it calmed his nerves down, and it made him feel more comfortable with the airplane. Granted, he's not out there feeling the effects of crosswind and things like that, but it gave him a chance to actually get on the sticks, build a little confidence. And I asked him, I said, do you feel, pretty good about coming out to the field and trying to learn how to fly, And he said, yeah. And so we're over here looking at airplanes, and everybody knows what he went and looked straight for. He went straight to the Mustangs, the Warbirds. And I was like, hey, you can do that, but you're probably going to crash that. So I was like, come over here and look at this thing and then take a look at this and see. And, I'm kind of old school. I'm like, hey, we can start off with a top wing airplane. But now, the more I think about it, I think a glider would be a better, platform for some people. And the reason is gliders are slower if you keep the throttle back, but you have more time to think, process, and work through problems. So what do you guys think about that? Jumping into the comments and seeing what y'all think about gliders as a trainer airplane. Have you guys ever done that or what? Let's see. I'm jumping into there. Let's see. Bill Wagner says, guy at my club has one, says the factory CG marks aren't right. Yeah, I never go on the factory CG marks. I always go off of a CG. I have a balancer over there. Let's see here. You're going to fly it with the ordnance on or off? I'm going to fly it without the ordnance for the first flight. That's kind of something that I do. I never fly my airplanes dirty for the first flight because I actually want to feel how it actually flies. And then if it's like an airplane like this, I'll throw ordnance on it, and for a couple of flights, and then. But mostly, I fly my airplanes pretty slick, So I like flying them without the ordnance. Now the A10, it looks amazing with ordnance for sure. Let's see. Oh, P51 fan. He says he learned how to fly on a glider. Who else in here has? That's actually pretty good. So it looks like it worked for you there, P51 fan. What do you think is a benefit of having people learn on a glider? Let's take a look. Michael Roscoe says gliders are okay. I prefer a STOL plane like a Timber for a trainer. I would say that's a lot of benefits for a STOL plane because it is easier to take off. There's more power. It's a more robust build. And mostly they got those big Tundra tires, so it can take some punishment. That's good. By the way, guys, if you're in the channel, we've got 46 people in the house, man. Give us a thumbs up and check it out. Normally we have about 3 other people in here, but tonight we are switching it up a little bit. And a lot of guys are on daddy duty. Some guys are in school, and some people are at flying events. Let's see here. Jet Guy Productions, he says, hello. Maybe a bit on the heavy question, but why didn't you use a power safe receiver in your Phoenix model BAE Hawk 69 turbine? I didn't need to. That airplane is so easy. And honestly, I actually bought it the way it was, and so I'm one of those guys that just likes the KISS method. The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right? And so the power safe receiver is something that I just, I don't really utilize a lot. If I had a high-end airplane that I felt like I wanted to do that too, then I would do that. But that Phoenix Model BA Hawk is, is not that. And also that was probably about my third, I want to say my third turbine that I've flown. So sometimes simplicity in a turbine is better. Fail points is my concept. Let's take a look. FS Shane 1, he says, it knife fed so much better on the simulator. Oh, yeah, I do too. I do too. I actually do 3D aerobatics so much better on the simulator. And then after I crash the airplane, guess what? I get to hit the reset button. I love it. Oh, okay, Gentle Lady 2-meter glider. Yeah, those are awesome. Don Henry, a proper high wing trainer for a slow flyer. Yep, I would agree. A power glider may be a start, but a high wing trainer is the standard for sure. Yeah, I agree. I think you can't go wrong. Bill Wagner says, I'm not much of a glider guy, but the Ranger 1220 here. That's a good one. It's neat to hear what you guys learned on because it's pretty neat. What's Hobbies RC? What's going on, buddy? He said, I learned to fly on a Cox Lazy Bee with a .49. Wow, dude. Now you're showing your age. Jeez, I know what that is too. Let's see. Got back to building the RBC kits. 90 millimeter 8S F-35C. The plane is about the size of an E-flite F-16. Cool. That's actually pretty cool. Charles McDaniel, what's going on, dude? Good to have you in here, Charles. I learned on an Apprentice. That Apprentice has made so many flyers. The Apprentice is up there for one of the best trainer airplanes that you can cut your teeth on. Let's see. PP1 fan says gliders teach orientation. They also teach you to feel the air and actually fly. No power means you actually need to fly. That was one of the points that I was going to try to lead to, is that you get to learn two dynamics by a glider: powered flight and then unpowered flight. And you hit the nail on the head, man. You're absolutely right. With the glider, it kind of advances you really, because not only do you get the benefit of a powered airplane like a top wing, but now you're also building a skill set on learning the wind, what to do with the wind, what it does while it's up there. So really, there is a lot of benefits to learning how to fly on a glider. And for some of you guys that may have clubs, man, that might be something to introduce too. When you have a new pilot program, train them on prop plane, top wing, and then train them on the gliders, right? You're going to make a much better pilot when they understand exactly, they get the full 360 of what's going on with it. That's pretty cool. I learned on an Aeroscout. The Aeroscout is another good one too, man. Let's see here. William Lane says, I learned on a Carl Goldberg Freedom 20 with a 0.25 KB glow engine. All right, you're telling us a lot when you said K and B glow. I know what that means. Alan G, 1914, he says, on that F4, try taking out the elevator servo and the tail section and make sure it's enough glue. Yep, somebody else said that. Yeah, that's I have seen that for myself. And yeah, that is not factory in there. That sucker's in there glued very, very well. So we don't have to worry about any failures. And everybody, the reason why people are saying that is because when those came out, people were having elevator failures because there's one servo in there and it's doing all the work of that elevator. So you really want to make sure you make that fail point less likely to fail. So that's why everybody is saying check it, which is great. Let's see here. Mine just had one strip of glue on the side of the servo. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Sometimes, have you guys ever looked at your airplanes when you get them and you run through them and you see exactly what the manufacturers are actually doing? Sometimes they do a really good job with the glue, and then sometimes you're like, did they put any glue on it? And there's like a little drop, a dab, I call this Friday planes. Let's see here. I learned on a 1.5 turbo timber. The turbo timbers are amazing. The Aeroscout is a really good trainer. I would agree. Dude, I've seen people take the Aeroscout and soup those bad boys up and make them into rocket ships. Man, oh man, that's all good stuff. That is all good advice right there. we're going to keep moving along. Guys, just so y'all know, the K8 80mm EDF Fly Fans is getting closer, and it will be here before you know it. If you're wondering what exactly that airplane is or what it looks like, Banana Hobby actually is going to have this come in. This is the K8, but this one is actually only the scheme that Banana Hobby is going to carry along with other schemes, but this one is just for Banana Hobby, and it's this one right here. So you get to see that one right there. You know I'm going to get that one. I'm looking forward to that one, actually. So comes with a 2000 kV. I want to say it's an end runner, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be pretty good. And then on the last show, we were talking about this is another one that's coming from Banana Hobby. To the right is the Airliner, and then to the left is the other one that they got coming on. So who knows exactly what model airplane that one is? You get an extra point for figuring that one out. Let's see. And I said it earlier, so let's see here. That K8 is a good plane. After talking to Jeremy, he really made me feel much more secure about it. He said the thing glides forever. He showed a video on the last show, which was amazing. So we all got a chance to see that one fly. Bill Wagner says, like the Mirage 80, main gear, love to come loose in a hurry. First lesson, Turbine 3, secure them mains, especially us grass guys. Yeah, if you're a grass flyer, you've learned to check your airplanes, your gear, more so than anything. So it's one of those things that just comes with the territory. Here's a funny thing. I've actually never flown off of a hard surface. I've always flown off of grass. And I love flying off of grass, man. I do. Let's see here. Yes, glow engines and gas. I enjoy flying. I also enjoy flying my turbo timber in a windy day. That's for sure. That airplane is just like a good go-to. I'm telling you. Let's see here. Now, the next question is, who else gets grumpy when they can't fly? Because I hate to break it to you, that just basically means that you, sir, ma'am, are addicted to flying, and that is absolutely me. Right now, as we speak, it has now been almost 3 weeks. Myself and Will are probably, we are absolutely itching to fly. So as soon as we get a gap, I'm almost going to take off of work just so I can fly. Yeah, it's like that. So let me look into the comments over there. Let's see. Richard Henley says yes. Charles McDaniel said me. Let's see here. Will said hard surface is okay, but nothing against grass. I like grass. Me too. Bentley Heck says yes. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, so I definitely get cabin fever. Look, right now with the way the weather has been, I absolutely have cabin fever for sure. And the funny thing is, my wife knows, right? Like she can tell a difference. It does something. It's almost like, it's your happy place. So if you can't go to your happy place or hang out with the guys or talk or whatever, it starts affecting your psyche a little bit. So, that's why I always tell people this hobby is so therapeutic. It does more than what people think, what they see. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Tim Burke says, I'd be that guy. Bill Wagner says 2 weeks here. Next week doesn't look any better. And out of planes to do repairs on. Yeah, so telling you, man, when you got this cold weather, now I can sympathize with you guys that live up north. Us southern boys down here that normally can fly year round. I get it now. I get it, man. Now I see why y'all chomp at the bit to get out there and fly, because it's really crazy. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. I've been editing all the video I possibly can. I've been going through and checking my airplanes. I got everything all airworthy. Airplanes that have been sitting, that I've had for a year, have all now done. So it's been pretty good. Let's see here. RC probably will say the same thing. Dan Zimmerman says we haven't had good weather on a weekend since before Thanksgiving. Let's see. Bill Wagner says, I'm going to fly some helis, but it isn't the same. It isn't the same. I would agree. Flying helis is definitely not the same for sure. Let's see here. Oh, let's see here. Hey, can you hear me? Let me see here. Oh, we got somebody pop into there. Bring them on in. Jeremy Stolt, what is going on?
Well, we just had a wonderful day of flying down in Phoenix,
Ah, that's
Arizona,
right. I
at
was telling everybody
the
where you were. What exactly is going on?
well, we just had a great day of flying jets and warbirds and all that fun jazz stuff that you get to do at events, and not a single sport jet, which was awesome.
Really? There was no sport jets whatsoever.
So say that again. Weather-wise,
I said there were
weather-wise,
no sport jets there whatsoever.
yet no sport jets because it's a warbird event.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah. So you don't have the chaos ensued by sport jets.
That's funny. Geez, now what was the name of this flying that you went to?
This is called Winter Warbirds. Their 14th year of doing it. Um, Pretty awesome. We got James McCloy here next to me too.
Nice. What's up, James? How you doing?
We'll try and turn it.
I'm here. How's it going?
I can't see him, but I hear him.
Yeah, we're just
There we go. What's going
trying
on,
to
man?
play.
What's up?
But anyway, we are just having a blast, fun. Two
The
more
little
days
dude in the
of
back
this.
over there.
Yeah,
Let's see him.
2 more days of
Very
this
nice,
fun.
man.
It's in the Sun Valley Modelers Field, which is in the northern Phoenix area. And if you're in that area, man, it's worth it to at least come out and see some of these planes that are flying. Lots of
How
great
many
stuff.
how many people do you think showed up out there?
Man, I don't know. Probably 50 right now.
That's a pretty good
Yeah, there's
turnout.
there's probably at least 50 right now. This is even the
But it's
slow
a
days.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Today was Thursday, so
Very
Saturday's
nice.
going to be nuts. I can guarantee that.
Are you going back out there, or today was your only day?
Oh, no, we're down here for the whole event, and then we've
Oh,
got
nice.
our 11 hours of driving back home.
Dude. Yeah, that's a long ride. Hey, my hat's off to you for being able to take those hours and drive like that. That is a haul for sure. You gotta love the
Well,
hobby if you're gonna do that.
and the big thing is it it gets us out there for you guys all to get up and close with the planes, the products that we're selling. You see that we are flying what we sell. You are, if you have questions about any of our stuff, it's easy to get taken. We can answer your questions. You can see firsthand how it is, and that's what this stuff is about. Events are fun to go to, but it's the networking that you have and that you get when you go and do these events.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's what it's
definitely
about.
need to do more events. I'm a homebody, and I need to break out of my shell and start to get to some of these events for sure. So as my kids get a little bit older, it's easier for me to get out now. But let's see. Winston Brown says, Bobby, Will, let's see, you got to put this in your ear. Plan for Perry, Georgia, and Joe Nall 2026. Look, I'm going. I'm going. I don't think I'll be able to make it to Perry.
No, don't go to Joe Nall. Come
Yeah, I
come
gotta
down to
go.
Kentucky and go to Kentucky Jets.
Man, Joe Nall's about 5 hours away from us, man. So it's a little easier to get there. The Perry, Georgia,
Okay,
man,
so
that
how
is like by
how
far
how,
the
how
largest
far is it for
RC
you guys
swap
to
on
go
the
to
East Coast for sure.
how far
Awesome.
is it for you to go from where your house to Campbellsville, Kentucky?
Dude, that was almost like 7 hours across the mountains.
That's
Just like
it.
7, 8 hours away.
He's not dedicated.
No, not at all. Not for sitting in the car and driving that long. No. Now, if somebody else wants to drive, I'll do that, or we can swap out. But I tell you, I'm one of those that's going to jump on an airplane and go.
You're the guy that would Uber your way there.
I definitely wouldn't Uber. That would cost an arm and a leg. That Uber is equivalent to a one turbine jet to get
I'm
there.
just
Let's see
joking.
here.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
You just drive the 33 hours straight through.
Yeah, they drive
that's madness.
Yeah, James is the crazy guy that drives all the way to Kentucky and back
Yeah,
in one
there's no way.
shot. Yeah,
There's
no
no
way for
way.
me.
Let's see. Tim Burks, he says, I've been buying a lot of planes. The wife is not happy. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you got to do what makes you happy, right? Sometimes you gotta, you know, figure
You're
out.
gonna get him. You're gonna get him in hot water there, Bobby.
It sounds like he's already in hot water already. I'm just going to teach him how to survive in hot water.
I got a 10 by 20 storage unit. My wife has no idea how many planes I got.
You see? Look, smart move right there. That's how you do that, guys. That's how you do it. You know what? That's a great idea.
Was letting the wife know what you got.
You never let them know. You never let them know. Let's see. Richard Henley says, yes, it's good to live in Texas. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Texas right now is going to be getting a little taste of that cold weather too. It's dipping down low. The Wind Chaser, what's going on? Wind Chaser F3J. He says, I flew January 1st in 10-degree weather, hand launching since there was 3 inches of snow. Now we got 16-inch now. Good gosh. In warmer weather, nowhere to be seen. I am very grumpy. Absolutely, dude. I'm telling you. I get grumpy when there is no way for me to fly. Them boys over there looking at Taco Bell. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Dude,
great
how
idea.
many more miles, how many more hours y'all going to be on the road? That is a horrible idea.
We got several days.
Hey, I love those chalupas, by the way. Those chalupas are amazing.
Yeah.
It's a horrible idea, but I love chalupas. Man,
dude, they're great. I'm telling you, they're good. Let's see here. Charles McDaniel says, I flew about 4 weeks when it was 19 degrees. Everybody is dedicated to the calls, man. If you're flying in weather below 30, like, my hat's off to you, man. Let's see
we
here.
Bought weather pods.
I don't know what to do with my hands when I can't fly. Yeah. Same here. Same here.
What should I do with my hands? Just put them down to your side.
You know what's funny though is normally if I'm not flying airplanes, I'm like playing some type of game or something like that. My other hobby is firearms. Going to shooting range quite a bit. I love it. Let's see here. Jeremy is teasing everyone out here on the East Coast that can't fly. I agree. Let's see here. Mountain RC says, that's why I fly in the freezing cold, man. Otherwise, I'll wait until spring, and that's not going to work with me. Yeah, I agree. Bentley, what's going on? He says, I got the big Viper at Cali Jets. Thanks, Jeremy. Jeremy's over there ordering Taco Bell, making bad decisions. He's going to pay for it later. Drive through. Let's see, 3:20 travel time to Joe Nall. Okay, yeah, so 3 hours and 20. That's not terrible, man. That's actually pretty good. That is absolutely doable. Winston, I should go down there with you, man. That'd be fun. Let's see. We didn't get into this hobby for easy, Bobby. You're absolutely right on that one. Let's see here. Yeah, them boys are going to be hating they're eating Taco Bell. They're going to pay for it later. Jeremy's like, what? Let's see. FS Shane 1. He says, I tell my wife and kids sometimes that a plane that gets delivered is for someone at the club. They can't keep them anyway. That's so funny. Man, that is funny. Jeremy sounds better. He doesn't sound like the Godfather. Yeah, last show, man, Jeremy was sounding pretty good. He was under the weather. Let's see here. Tiger Man 42, he says, I drove that 3 hours and 20 minutes to pick up that F-22 up off you. I am a few miles from Nall. Man, you guys are lucky. Jeez. Let's see. Don Henry says, I'm like you, Bobby. I am a competitive shooter. Yes, sir. I am a competitive shooter. I shoot a lot. I shoot often. Probably as much as I fly airplanes. And those are both very expensive hobbies. So, But I tell you, I love it. It's fun. And the whole point is like you're outdoors. You're doing something like good. You're having fun. So Winston said, come on down. You won't be disappointed at all. Go one time and it will become regular again. See, my thing is this. Also, too, the same thing. Going to Joe Nall and Perry, if I go down there, I need to have like a couple grand on me because I want to buy stuff. I know guys that go down there and buy box trucks. They rent the U-Hauls and they go down there. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about some RC airplane rumors, boys and girls. There has been some RC airplane rumors out there from Freewing. And, I'm hearing that there may be a military plane coming out from these guys from Freewing. I don't know. But I think that you're going to like it. And from what I'm hearing, it is Russian. and it could be a 80 millimeter. I don't know, but stay tuned because it could be pretty sporty. Let's see here, and I already know what it is, but I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is. Let's see here. Bill X says yes, yes. V290 be coming very soon. Let's see here. Who else goes to Perry, Georgia just to get a bunch of airplanes? Like, that's it.
All right, we're back, guys.
Take a look here.
We're
Jump to the
hyping up on Red
comments.
Bull.
Mel Narcy says, I heard a new F-22 90 millimeter is on the way. Now, I haven't heard a new F-22 90 millimeter is on the way. I didn't hear that. This one is a brand new model that has not been
I saw that
produced
90
yet. So
millimeter.
this should be pretty interesting. Let's see, 500 or further. That's what I did.
We saw it on that fake
Press
3-wing
a
site.
nine.
Three-wing site.
That's
Yeah.
good. 500 meters is good. You're out there plinking. You're hitting.
Yeah,
Let's see.
we saw that new free-wing or the new 90 mil Raptor on that fake 3-wing site.
Yeah, the Freewing 90 millimeter V2.
Yeah, that was on that fake site. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard rumor that they were coming out with something different than that. So
Yeah, I did too.
to,
I heard something even better, but you know what they say about rumors. Everybody's got one. Dan Zimmerman said a SU-57. I don't know. I don't
that's
know.
what I heard.
I heard it is an SU-57 twin 80 millimeter, but hey, like I said, this is hearsay. If it's hearsay, it can't be substantiated unless you have some type of evidence or proof. So we have to find out. But
the hearsay says that thing's going to be way too heavy. So
the hearsay says at twin 80 millimeters, if it does come out, what kind of price are you talking about? 9, 8? It's going to be up there. So, but yeah, Freewing SU-57 possibly coming out there. I don't know. Keep your ear to the ground. If we can get some pictures of it, I'll make sure I will show that. P51 fan says, any Schweiwen news? Well, let's just say any Schweiwen news right now is a good thing. So, needless to say. But haven't heard anything about Schweiwen yet, but I did read an article that is not good for some people in the industry. So if you get a chance, you can go in there, Google Schweiwen turbines, and there will be an article that you can read, and you can have at it. Let's take a look here. Charles McDaniel says, I'm jonesing because I have 4 new ones. The Maiden, got the Airbus 380, the Yak 130. Dude, I love the Yak 130. Freewing T45 Goshawk, excellent flyer. And then the CHNL Super Tucano. Dude, you have 4 awesome airplanes right there. I mean, I don't know what I'd do with myself, man. I'd be going crazy. RC Pilot Will says twin 80 SU-57 will fly fine. The MiG-29 did fine too. Yeah, that's true. So we'll see. And that body is a kind of like a wingish. So it'll be pretty interesting to see. Bentley says, I got the twin 80 millimeter MiG-29, and that's a little heavy. This new twin sounds heavy for sure with the updates they have been doing with their other mods. Yeah. So we'll see how it flies. You best believe it's going to have a gyro in there to soak up some of that too. So let's see here. RC Pilot Will says, we have to stop being afraid to use 2 batteries. Who's afraid to use 2 batteries? I don't think people are afraid. I think it's inconvenienced.
Yeah, it's funny.
Inconvenienced. And my thing is yeah, I don't see a problem with rolling with 2 batteries. It's just an inconvenience sometimes. You know what I mean? Let's take a look. Agree, Will. They said the V2 90 millimeter F-16 was too heavy wing load, too much, and she flies amazing. I would agree. I have the 6S version. It flies very, very nice.
I'm
the only one that mine flies decent.
James is the only one that had one of those out of 4 of us that actually flew with right.
Wow. Yeah. Mine flies amazing, dude. I love that thing. I can carve with that. And mine's the 6S version. I specifically went with the 6S over the 8S for the weight.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Don Henry says Schweiwen is in hot water. Yes. Right. That's an understatement. Schweiwen is definitely in hot water. If you find that article, yeah. Let's see. Bill Wagner says run 8S in the 80 free wing Raptor. Now that would be amazing, actually. Put two 7000s in a Carbon Z T28, flew great. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do that.
God dang, did that thing ever have to land?
I was getting ready to say that airplane will fly forever. I would get bored after. Am I the only one that gets bored after flying for like 7 minutes? If I'm flying more than like 6-7 minutes, I am bored. I'm like, okay. My biological
2
clock tells me
hours later.
So I went to the field and I got one flight. I was there 7 hours, but one plane.
Yeah.
That's
I would definitely get tired of flying it for sure. Let's see here. Jumping into the comments. Okay. All right. So that was the airplane rumors that we had heard about the Su-57 possibly by Freewing coming out. That's covered as well. Let's see here. Now let's go down to. Let me ask you a question, and I know this is a very. Am I the only one that gets excited when they see a UPS or FedEx truck at your house? And you know you bought an airplane. Who else watches the tracking information and literally will race home to go get that package? I can't be the only one that does that. I cannot be the only one. Let me take a look here and see. I'm going to jump into the comments and see exactly who else does this. It's almost like when you get an Amazon package, right? It's like you're excited to get it, and then you get it, and then you're like, boom. Let's take a look here. So we are taking a look, and let's see. I'm on 7S trip. Oh, Don Henry's doing everything on 7S. Got vids on Hexspeed about 11 to 12 minutes. Yeah, that's plenty. Let's take a look here. I think we lost Jeremy over there. They were streaming in their car. Tiger Man says, I have to run home to hide it. I get that. Don Henry says, yes, Bobby. When I'm expecting edibles. I'm like that with anything Amazon. I don't know why, but when it's airplanes, oh, dude, I'm telling you. Let's see. I get so many deliveries for horses. The FedEx, UPS, USPS drivers all know me by name. Bill, that's funny because I tell you, we get a lot of horse stuff too over here because my wife is always ordering something from Golly. I can't remember the name of the magazine, but we get all kinds of horse stuff too as well. So I know what you're talking about, and I can sympathize. You know, the horses always need something anyway. P51 fan says UPS, brown Santa. That's hilarious. FedEx, white Santa. Amazon, blue Santa. Dude, I love that. I got to pin that. That is amazing. I have never heard that before. That is funny. I would agree. And you know what's funny is I'm sure all of our UPS guys know us. Like, they know us. And they know, like, Mon knows. He's like, hey, man, got another airplane for you. It's actually pretty funny. Tim Burke says, I do that. That's why I'm in hot water. That's funny. There we go. You're back.
Hey, got you some photos sent to you.
All right. I'll try to take a look at this here in a second. Charles McDaniel, he says, again, me on my doorbell camera. That's funny. Winston Brown is the same. He says, the new Legend L19 Bird Dog, 122 inches, yesterday came to his house. Dude, you can't tell me that's not like the most exciting. It's like Christmas morning. FS Shane 1 says, I have chased the FedEx truck down before. Not joking, dude. I'm willing to do that. Look, so I have been waiting pretty much all week for my King Tech 85 to return, and it has not returned yet. And so I got tracking information, say it was supposed to be delivered yesterday, wasn't delivered. And so I'm like, I email them. I'm like, hey, where's this thing at? Then I get an email that it went to somewhere in California. And I'm like, what is going on? And where is my turbine? And the lady's like, I'll find out and I'll get back with you. That was yesterday. I had not heard anything. So I'm not going to freak out just yet. But, you know, with all the storms and everything going on, I'm trying to be very patient. Let's see here. William Lane says, I ran home to try and beat the wife home so she wouldn't see the box saying F14. But I was slow. That's funny. Air Sally, what is going on? Air Sally says, never flown off grass, dirt, lake bed, and asphalt are the only runways I've used. So you're up there with Jeremy over there. Jeremy flies off those salt flats out there and everything, and those dry lake beds, right? and asphalt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have never flown off of any
That
of
person
those.
from Utah?
Yeah, where are they from? Who is that?
Hey, Sally, where are
Who's
you from? It does sound like you're out there. You're from there, that area.
what person? What was their username?
Air Sally.
Air Sally?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Bill
guess they'll
Wagner,
let us
Chewy
know.
boxes everywhere. Let's see, that's funny. Air Sally says, I'm taking Bentley flying on Monday. He has a day off from school. That's awesome. Let's
Oh, it means
see.
he's in
Just had back
California.
surgery. Flew for the first time in 3 weeks. Man, congratulations, man. Got to get back in there. Don Henry says, my FedEx guy peeked in my garage and was amazed. Yeah, when the FedEx guy comes to my house, probably just like everybody else's house, you got the garage door open. They run down and they stop and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, this is what you're supporting. They're like, oh my gosh. They're like, is this what happens? I'm like, yeah, this is it.
This is why
Let's
you
see.
got to take care of our packages because you're
I know,
screwing
man.
these.
That's why I need them to stop roughing up the boxes. By the way, guys, I want to show you guys a video. Will brought this to my attention, and I want to see what do you guys think about this video. I'm getting ready to queue up for you guys, and
Uh-oh.
see exactly what you think, because it's one of those things. You know, I kind of want to know what your take is on it. So. Going to get that one. We're going to call this one, What Do You Think is the name of this topic. And we're going to cue that video up here. And I want you to see this right here. Watch closely. I'm going to play it. Now, this is not my video, but let's see. Drifting Through. It looks like this is their video. I don't own it, but I'm going to show it to you. And the channel is Drifting Through. So I'm going to have to mute it because they're playing some Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone, which, is like the worst song ever because I've heard it so many times. Now, that is an airplane with Roman candles, RC airplane with Roman candles. And this has 1.2 million views. What do y'all think about that? They are shooting Roman candles
And
off of this airplane.
1.1 million are the ATF.
Yeah, right? Take a look at that. What do you guys
it would be
think?
fun.
I mean, we have all thought
um,
about that. But in this day and age, it is not. That's the question is that helping our hobby or is that hurting our hobby? That's the main question.
It's absolutely not helping.
Absolutely not. This is the kind of stuff that the federal government looks at and they're like, ooh, we need to regulate that, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is two more steps closer
Bingo.
to some type of weapon being used.
Absolutely. And I'm like, yeah, we don't need that. So I'm gonna jump into the comments and see what you guys think over there. Let's see here. Bentley's like, yikes. Let's
like
see
this.
here.
Well, there was a guy, from what I understood, down in Arizona somewhere that was flying a MiG-21 and he was shooting rockets off of it.
I just watched a video of a J-11 shooting Estes missiles off of the wings.
And
mean,
that guy got a talking to by the feds. So
that's what I was getting ready to say. I'm like, now that these have been classified through FAA, it's a different ball game. So
yeah,
it's you don't want those federal problems. I can just tell you that. It's definitely not something good. Let's see, that's dangerous. If it was controlled environment, maybe. Conquest Production says, what's going on, buddy? Good to have you in here. Iowa Jet says arson. And Charles McDaniel says stupid things from stupid people. Yeah, I just think that is not helpful to the hobby, man. And we have all thought about doing that. And I'm like, that's interesting. Now, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Now, I had one of those ME-262s that you put the little rocket motor in the back of those things. Now, do y'all think that's any
different?
Yeah, it's a different story.
That's
I was going to say, right? Do y'all think that's any different? And the answer is yeah, because it's not shooting anything,
Well,
and
now,
and you're still in control of that.
Well, now you're making it into an
Bingo.
Estes rocket, not.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Bill Wagner says see lots of He says see lots in the UK, but not sure there are rules there. Mostly still helis. Yeah, and that video could be overseas where they don't have regulation. Where you can still be free like that and do dumb stuff. And I always tell people, look, it's still a free country. You can do what you want, but you're just not free from consequence. So if you want to do something like that, you can, but you're not free from consequence.
Yeah,
It will always
think about it.
Yeah, that's the thing is, yeah, you're able to do it. Go right ahead.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, but you're not free from consequence. So think about that before you do it. And then, in this day and age, we really got to think about the impact on how it does for everybody else, So that's cool. But if it was in the hands of an idiot, that would ruin it for us all. Absolutely. Let's see here. RC Pilot Will, he says Section 363 of the 2018 FAA Reauthorization Act makes it illegal to operate an unmanned aircraft system, aka UAS, equipped with a dangerous weapon unless specific authorization is granted by FAA administrator. Violations can result in civil penalties in excess of $20,000 per violation. So, hey, like I said, you don't want them federal problems. You just don't want them. Those things right there, those stick around. No problems. Let's take a look here. Hamilton's Hanger, what's going on? It says, yo, Bobby, good evening. I love the F4 in the back there, dude. I love it too. I want to fly it. I can't because we keep getting snow. Now I understand, Hamilton, your struggle, dude. Now I understand why you're out there in the middle of the snow in like -1 degrees out flying. I get it. I get it. Let's take a look here. Don Henry said FAFO moment for sure. Definition of dangerous weapon. Here's a definition of it from the FAA. Any item used or readily available, capable of causing death or serious bodily harm, including guns, bombs, fireworks, flamethrowers, or similar items. So guess what? Yeah. Let's hope that guy was in a different country, right? Because that is no bueno. Let's see. P51 says, look at Will rocking the chat GPT. I don't know. He's probably not. He's probably looking at the he probably just Googled it, That's what I would do. Let's see here. Mountain RC says, we can just say that video is AI. For sure. Yeah, completely AI. Yeah. You know what's funny about AI, guys, is like people are so now like untrusting of everything that they don't know what is true and what's not true. They have no clue what is true and what is not. I told you. Look, Will said it's Google. I told you it was Google. I told you. John Patterson, he says, more concerned with drones flying in controlled airspace. Yeah, as they should be. Let's take a look there. All right. And my kids are up there playing, so if y'all hear any loud booms and bangs, that's them up there being children. Let's see here. All right. So we're going to take a look onto the next topic here. And let's see here. Jeremy's over there. I see him getting squared away. Looks like he's getting back into his room. All right. Let's see here. I think I hear one of my kids crying up there, but their mom's up there, so we're good. Let's see. All right. So, guys, this was something that was asked of me to ask you guys. They're listening. What models would you like in 2026? Because I know of quite a few models that are coming that you guys don't know are coming. As a matter of fact, I actually have a demo model of one that's getting ready to be released pretty soon here by a major hobby company that is completely different than anything that I ever have flown before. So this will be interesting. That will be 110%, 1,000% authentic because I've never flown anything like that. So let's take a look here. And I'm going to jump into the comments. Let's see here. Wigglefinger says, did Jeremy have to get out of the truck already? Taco Bell works fast. I know. I told him not to eat that Taco Bell, dude. I mean, what's he thinking? Let's see. I would like to come down and spend a weekend and fly with you and Will in the summer. Tim Burks, you are more than welcome to, dude. You can come on down and fly with us, dude. I can assure you 110%. The same people you see right here are the same ones you're going to fly with. And, yeah, man, it's fun stuff. RC Paulo Will says, we got 50 people in here and only like 25 likes. Where's the other people? Hit 25. Give it a thumbs up, man. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. I just saw 51 people in here earlier. So that's a whole host of people, man. The channel is growing. We're having a good time. Got Jeremy over there walking around the phone. That's sketchy right there. I wonder if they even know it's open, like it's on. You know it's on? If you do, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, they don't even know. Oh, yeah, he's waving. Okay. I don't know about that angle, boys. I don't know. I don't know about that angle. Let's see here. So I'm going to let them get situated. We'll jump back over there. Let's see here. I'm going to plan a fly day and head down Will and Bobby's way. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, you guys would be more than welcome to come down here, hang out, and fly. And, yeah, we just get out there and chop it up, dude. Me and Will have a good time. Me and a bunch of other people at the field, too. Just a good group of people. Jay Custer says 80. Okay, all right. He would like to see an 80 millimeter A7 Corsair. You know, that would be pretty cool to see. We'll bring Jeremy back into the mix. Let's see here. All right. All right. Don Heaney says return the free wing the 130 90 millimeter. I agree. I want them to bring back a Yak 130 so dang bad. I don't know why they don't. It would be amazing, especially with the upgraded power systems that we have. I think it would sell really good. I mean, it would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. And also, too, Jeremy, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
I've had a ton of people ask me, man, apparently they love the, man, what was that X-Fly airplane they discontinued?
The T7A.
Yeah, the T7A. Kerry is bringing that one back, correct?
From what we understand, but
Yeah.
here's the thing. You guys want that airplane, you need to buy that airplane.
You got to buy it, man. That's the thing. You know, if you don't
buy it, it'll go away. So
yeah. But I have been impressed with so many people. There was a single post just for that airplane alone. I was like, wow, people are chiming in, you know. So
well, the thing is that airplane was always awesome. It really was.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but people were like, "Oh, it's a trainer jet."
Dude, it flies amazing.
I don't know. As far as I knew, it actually sold really well, but
yeah,
X-Fly decided to discontinue it. Now X-Fly needs to bring it back.
That's it. That's what they get.
That's what it is.
Let's see. Return the Freewing 130. I agree. That is one airplane that I would love to see come back. Like I that's all I want to see. I have one in my garage, and I'm like, I want to fly it more, but if something happens to it, then I'm like, you know, I'm stuck. Let's see here. Flight test F-16, X-Fly, F-18. Already ordered it. Basically, a lot of flight test planes. Yeah, you know, I haven't really gotten into the flight test planes, but I know they're very good, and I know they fly amazing. I used to watch. Who else in here used to watch flight tests like back in the day?
Just a lot of work.
It's a ton of work for a lot. Yeah. I would really like a Panvia Tornado. Okay, a Tornado would be pretty cool. I'm surprised nobody has made a Tornado.
I would love a Tornado.
I would love to see a Tornado. That would be amazing. Let's see. William Lane says, anybody sharing a hotel room with Jeremy? I feel sorry for that person.
Why?
That Taco Bell, buddy. You just ate Taco Bell.
Not yet.
Oh.
About to.
It's about to go down, boys. Bill Wagner says, I see some more turbine jets for the 45 size turbines. Yeah, that would be neat to see. Let's see.
45's going away pretty much. So
I know. Isn't that crazy that
there's no point in getting any 45s if
they're basically
45s aren't going to be around.
I know. And the 80s sounds like the 80s are not moving to 1 or 2s. Let's see. Need for Speed says, bring back the OG Freewing SU-35 with thrust vectoring. I would agree. You know, that SU-35 was pretty cool. It was made out of that super light foam. It wasn't EPPO. It was like foam compressed. I remember it. I had one.
EPS or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that, but it felt really cheap. But it was extremely light. So that airplane was amazing. That was like one of the OG SU-35, so with thrust vectoring. Let's see here. Bentley says, we need a cool prototype plane. I would agree. We do. We need something that is like not out yet, but something to look forward to. I wouldn't mind seeing like, I know it probably wouldn't sell good, but like a F-111, something like that.
111 would be a cool airplane. That would be a good, nice prototype. Problem is
like I said,
it's a sliver of an airplane. Hey,
man, it definitely is a sliver for sure, but it would be neat to see. Let's see. Pilot Will Will said a T7A on a 105 millimeter. That's interesting. I will say it is about time Aerofoam comes up with another large,
that T7A didn't need to be a 105. That 90 kicked butt.
Did they make a 91? I thought it was
80 mil. The 80 mil kicked butt.
Yeah. Dude, a 90 would be amazing. Man, I'm behind on the comments there. A big Panther. I would agree. I don't know why they made the 70 millimeter Panther. I would have loved like an 80 or a 90. That would have been awesome. Let's see. I'm tired of F-22s, to be honest with you. I'd be okay with the YF F-23. Let me look here. Let's see. Oh, man. Okay. And F-47, if we ever get to see one for real. Yeah. I think they already got the F-47 flying, like the prototype flying. Ooh. Another one, another great one, Don Henry, the SU-25 Frogfoot. Dude, that would be an amazing one right there. I would love to see that. Dude, I think that one's going to be my second favorite behind the 130. I just love the SUs, man. They're just they look good. They're like tanks. A Mosquito.
Well, that's because it's wow. The Frogfoot is the A10.
That's it.
Copy.
Yeah,
well, not copy. It'll never meet an A10.
Nah.
Quality.
But it's still a ground attack airplane. That is pretty cool.
Same role.
Same role. But can't take the punishment. Actually, I don't know. They might.
Here's the thing. What I see that a lot of people in the communities, they don't like Russian airplanes. That's just the fact. Just because it has a red star on the thing, you guys seem to not like Russian airplanes.
Well, I do know that believe it or not, and people are like, "Oh, I love Russian airplanes." No, that does have a lot to play with it. Into it.
The conflict affects cells. It really does.
People were flying, German World War II airplanes. And, people were getting offended because they had the swastika on the side, and never bothered me because I'm like, it's historical. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, it never bothered me because I'm like, it's the airplane. It was in World War II. It's, it's realistic, but, I'm different than most people, I guess, or maybe I'm more understanding. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me when it's on airplanes, and you can't erase history. It is what it is. But, some people don't like to see it. And, I've seen where they have removed it off of there. So, in the same for some Russian airplanes, that red star on the the CCCP version of the L-39. Yeah, I could see how some people may be sensitive to that one for sure. Let's see here. By the way, guys, I wanted to show you a video of the new. I have been waiting for this thing. I saw the video of it today. It's the X-Wing airplane, and I don't know if y'all seen that. Yeah, but I have been waiting on this thing and looking for video of this thing, and finally, there has been the video has been released on it. Let me see. I want to just make sure this is it. Yes, it's made by Flywing, and they had their video, and I'm trying to see. Let me see if I can find it for you guys, and I'm gonna share it, and then we'll get your take. But it is a complete FPV setup. Airplane, and it looks pretty dang cool. All right, let's see here. And it is a VTOL airplane. So, all right, here we go. I got the video. I'm going to pause it right here. Let me just make sure this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to show this to you guys and get your take on it. This thing is definitely a little different, and something completely, that we haven't seen before. All right. Gonna make that big. All right, we're gonna play it.
Our future, so clear it feels hopeless.
All right, it's a little theatrics and everything like that. This guy's right here. I don't know what he's doing on his computer. He looks pretty suspect, so we're just gonna go ahead and skip by that. All of a sudden, he has an epiphany, and the airplane flying.
We embrace the height. We embrace a new way of seeing. Possibilities most will never see. Hidden in the space between sky and earth.
I'm bored.
So
From the sky, the familiar Step into the simulated cockpit.
That is the inside cockpit. It actually has a simulated cockpit where this actually works right here. And it gives you all this telemetry and information right there. That is all actual. So it's a completely functional cockpit, like in a full scale, I guess you could say. It gets better. Watch this.
It feels real.
Look at that. Movable simulated stick. So when you move your sticks, the ailerons, guess what? The stick's moving too.
As you move.
And the throttle. You see the throttle right there? How cool is that?
Flight through your own eyes.
Fly through your eyes. That's what it looks like right there.
The lightness you've launched to feel.
That's pretty cool. That's all high, FPV, HD. Look at that. Pretty neat. Now, they're flying it in areas where I don't see any antennas. So I'm wondering about range, of course.
To control the camera movement.
But while you're in there, it has head tracking, so move your head left to right, and it comes this way.
Yeah, that's not 1,000 feet.
Frames per second, full high definition.
1080p, 100 frames per minute, a range up to 10 kilometers. What's that, 6 miles? Sight without limits. I think that's 6 miles, I believe.
Without limits. Technology makes us fly steadier. Design takes us farther. Right? And your heart.
And the way they do this video, you almost have to stop and pause and go back because they run through a lot of this stuff. But if you look real closely, this is the radio that comes with it. And if you look on here, it shows you the same, HUD display, I guess. Well, not HUD, but it's the displays that were inside the cockpit of the airplane right here. So it's kind of cool. Very neat.
It takes us farther. And your heart decides what it all means. One press to switch modes. Tilt 90.
Switch mode. Let's see. Tilt 90 degrees for level flight. And then it has altitude hold to hold it steady.
120 kilometers per hour.
Now this thing flies up to 120 kilometers. What's that? Like 80, 90 miles an hour?
Sure.
I think so. 120 kilometers an hour. Pretty quick.
Intelligent battery powers it all.
And it has 6,000 in there.
Extends the ride. 1 hour of flight.
An hour. Now that's pretty impressive. It's got a 6250 milliamp battery, and you've got an hour of flight out of that, long enough to lose track of time. That's an hour of flying FPV. My gosh.
Enough to lose track of time.
I don't know how you would lose track of time. You got so much of it. And look, you can fly this thing and sit there and have it cover an altitude hold.
Radar tracks companions in real time.
Radar tracks companions in real time. So if you have another one of these airplanes flying with you, it shows up on that little radar inside of this right here. And that's the other companion right there. How crazy is that?
Formation flight, the sky feels less lonely.
That is amazing. That is wild.
Moments no screen can capture. Moments only the soul holds on to.
Just very, very interesting here. I need to cut that music down. And you can see how stable it is. It looks like it's a good day to fly over there.
Beyond the clouds, light never fades.
And those guys are way up there. So I don't know how high up they are, but that's clearly not in the United States. That's not 400 or 700 feet unless they got clearance.
Makes flight easier than ever.
Pretty interesting. So there it is. That's the X-Wing right there. That is amazing. All right. So you guys saw that. What do y'all think of it? Let's jump into the comments and see what you say. Conquest Productions, I was thinking the same thing. I bet it's expensive. I don't know how expensive it is just yet, but I'm sure you probably could buy a lot of it.
Sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You'll find out very soon. Let's see here. I try not to be too skeptical until I can verify what it is, but it does sound very too good to be true. Like it's, like it can't be not flawless. You know what I mean? I don't know. And there's a reason probably why they're out there flying it in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? You're going to maximize your range and all that stuff. So kind of looks like an X-Wing. Yep. That's why they call it the X-Wing, I believe. Let's see here. Winston Brown says 120 kph. 74 miles an hour. So, 3.7 miles. So you can get 3.7 miles with that. 3.7 miles is kind of tied in when you got FPV. Let's see here. Don Henry likes it. Robotech like flying thing. Yes, I think it's actually pretty cool. So, guys, that is something new that will, you can see the hobby is definitely evolving. The hobby is definitely benefiting from some of this military technology that we're getting to trickle down as people are testing UASs and drones and RC airplanes and things like that. So Mount RC says estimated $1,500. Man, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know if I would get $1,500 for something like that. I don't know. Sounds like they will have Schweigen-like problems. I agree. I was looking at that thinking, I was like, how has that been approved in the U.S.? You know what I mean? But it looks like it has. Let's see here. William Lane says an hour of flight sounds unrealistic unless it's dropped from 40,000 feet to glide. Can't do FPV. Have to see what y'all think of it. Yeah. And then also, too, remember you're supposed to have a spotter while you're doing FPV, right? So,
yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be
line of sight.
Yeah. So
I don't know how they had line of sight over those clouds.
I was getting ready to say it. I don't think I can see. I can't physically see something that small 3-point-something miles away. So for FPV fans, they'll spend it. Absolutely, you're right, well, Winston. Because look, I got drones over there that are about almost as much as that. My Mavic 2 Pro over there is right there at it. So you're absolutely right. Probably will use a radio mesh so they can cooperate. That's absolutely right. Look, guys, man, we did it. It's been an hour and 10 minutes, and I think it's time to shut down this show. Look, I appreciate you guys, and I hope the show was good. We went over a whole bunch of topics and covered a bunch of things, and so glad to have you guys here. Those are some really good airplane models that you guys were recommending, but other than that, we are going to slide off on the show. I certainly appreciate everybody being in here. And let me see here. If it's made in USA, deregulation administration. Yep. Let's see here. And with DJI out of the picture. Yep. DJI will be back. Just watch. They just won't be called DJI. Let's see here. Mount RC said, great show. Have fun out there, Jeremy. Jeremy, appreciate you dropping in, man, and taking your time away to drop in and say hello. RC Pilot Will was in here too as well. He's over there doing daddy duties. So that's cool. Don Henry said, Bobby, you can build a drone to fly 100 kilometers. It's already possible. Yep. I had one already. It was a little racer that would do well over 100. And that was fun. So other than that, we're going to slide on out of here, boys. We've been rolling for an hour and 12 minutes. Oh, what's going on there, Pulley? Good to have you in here. But we're getting ready to knock this bad boy down. And Don Henry said, thanks for popping in, Jeremy. Bobby was boring. Yeah, right. All Jeremy did was go and get Taco Bell, and we watched him through the drive-thru.
Which was more entertaining.
Nah, we didn't even hear anything that was entertaining from you in there.
That's fine.
We were waiting for you to eat the Taco Bell, and they were waiting for the fireworks to begin. Let's see. RC Pilot said, great show. Let's see. School night for me, so I'm turning in. Have a great day. Guys, certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to help the channel grow, you can always donate to the super chat down there, or you can become a channel member and help the channel grow and get cooler airplanes to review. With that said, boys and girls, we are going to slide on out of here, and I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you survive all this snow and craziness, and we get to spring very, very soon. But until then, I hope y'all have a good one. Y'all take care of yourself, and I'm going to slide on out of here. Y'all take care. Man,